How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Gear 101. So today what we're going to do is a shooting review of the SIG P365. Now if you've seen my previous video of my first impressions on this pistol, you know that overall I do like it. The only thing I didn't really like is the trigger, so we're going to see how that translates into shooting, see if it affects accuracy and all that stuff. First thing we're going to do is shoot at this paper target here. I've got it set up at 7 yards, so I'm going to hold basically dead even on the sights, put the front bead directly on the dot and just kind of see where it's hitting. That way we'll know where to shoot the steel at. All right, so I've got 5 rounds loaded up in the finger extension magazine, so we're going to go ahead and put 5, and again I'm going to hold basically dead even and dead center and see where it hits. Okay, so those are pretty good left and right. However, they are a little bit low. And I've shot this pistol before on another day, and everything was shooting low. And I just kind of wanted to put it on paper and make sure that that was the gun and not me. But this thing does shoot low, and unfortunately, there's no adjustments on these sights for up and down. So, I mean, there's really nothing much you can do about it except hold high, which I would rather hold low as high. I mean, because basically, if it's shooting low, you've got to cover up whatever you're shooting at. Now, is that going to matter on a human-sized target? No, it's not. But for paper targets and steel and stuff, I mean, it does matter. And let's face it, that's what we're shooting with these things more often than not. So I don't like that it shoots low, but it is what it is. So knowing what I know about where the sights are at, I'm obviously at this distance just going to hold at the top of all those steel plates. Should be hitting them, but we're going to see. I do have the +2 magazine in right now. It definitely fits my hand a little bit better. I can actually get all my fingers on there now. So we're just going to shoot, and I'll let you know what I think about the way it feels on the shot. Little one in the middle is kind of hard to hit. So if you can see, a lot of them are hitting either dead center or, if anything, a little bit low. So I think I'm gonna load a few more up and put them back on the paper and see if I'm any lower at that distance, because I kind of feel like I might be. As far as the way it shoots, the trigger, I mean, it's definitely, you can feel that the reset isn't that great. The take up and stuff you don't notice as much whenever you're shooting, and that's kind of the way I figured it was. I mean, you're always going to be more picky whenever you're just, you know, pulling it and trying to find imperfections. But as far as, you know, shooting it, you don't really notice the take up being that bad, but you do notice that the reset is a little long and kind of rough. But in any case, we're gonna load it up and I'll put some more on the paper. All right, so 5 more in the finger extension magazine. We'll shoot the paper again and just see where we're hitting. It's going to be more of a slow fire, that way I know that it's the gun and not me. So you can probably see the group right there. I mean, we're about 4 inches low for the most part. I mean, it's not grouping terrible. For the most part, you know, we're a couple inch group at 7 yards. I mean, it's shooting pretty decent. But yeah, I mean, it's just definitely low. There's just no way around that. It's low. Now, I'm not saying that every P365 is going to shoot low, because they may not, and they probably don't, but this one does. So we know it's shooting low, so we're going to aim at the top of the bigger steel plate on the right there. Shoot a little bit faster and see how easy it is to control the recoil on this gun. So I did pull the first one, but honestly the recoil doesn't seem that bad. This texture on the side is pretty grippy. It seems like you can get a hold of it pretty good, and it kind of stays right there. Now, I don't have a lot to get a hold of with my offhand, so as far as using your other thumb for down pressure, it's a little bit tough, but honestly, just with the grip and stippling on the grip of the gun, like it stays put pretty good. All right, so this is gonna be the last magazine that I shoot through this gun today, and I just wanna say that, of course, this is the +2, but I do have one in the barrel, and then this is loaded all the way with 12, and it is very hard to push that up in there. I mean, it takes just about all the strength that I got. Of course you can hit it, but as far as just pushing it in there, it's pretty dang tough with the full magazine. Granted, these magazines are basically brand new, but just throwing that out there. All right, so we're gonna do 13 more rounds on various steel, hopefully without too many misses, and then I'll let you know what I think about this gun. So again, the middle one gave me a little bit of trouble, but honestly, the problem with that is I have to aim basically dead center of those two spinning plates with this gun to hit that bottom one. That's kind of where I was aiming before when I hit it, and it's just, honestly, it's just tough to hit that spot whenever you can't actually see what you're aiming at. You have no point of reference. The bigger plates, it's a little bit easier. I can just basically hold the top and where I've got a little bit of the plate showing over the sight, and it's hitting. But as you can see, it's kind of hitting for the most part in the middle, but also a little bit lower, so I couldn't hold much lower. I couldn't and still get hit. So, but in any case, I mean, it does seem to shoot pretty accurately. It shoots low. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. Just aim high. Now you could throw different sights on it and get some different results. Maybe a different P365 is going to have different results, but this one shoots low. All right, so final thoughts on the SIG P365 today. Overall, I can't say that I'm a fan of it just because it's shooting low and there's nothing I can do about it. So does it shoot accurately? Yeah, it does. The problem is I can't shoot it accurately. I can't hit what I want to hit. I can group it good, but I can't hit what I want to hit nearly as easily because I'm having to aim high. Again, could just be this P365. I don't know. I don't think it's the ammo because it's pretty standard 9mm velocities and everything. Now, you could add different sights, maybe get different results. Again, could just be this particular gun itself shooting low, but in any case, it's shooting low, and I can't say that I'm a big fan of this gun. Now, the trigger, you know, I talked in my first impressions video that I wasn't a big fan of the trigger. Still not a fan of it, but it doesn't affect the shooting nearly as much as you might think. Especially once you're shooting fast, you really don't notice it. On slow fire, you can tell that the reset isn't great, but for the most part, it's fine. I mean, it's going to do the job. Most of you know that I'm going to be pretty picky on a trigger when I'm just, looking at it and not shooting it and just kind of looking for imperfections. Overall, it feels really good in the hand. Ergonomically, it's one of the best feeling small guns I've ever held. The stippling is the perfect amount. It doesn't hurt your hand to shoot it, but it does a very good job of gripping your skin, so that's good. Again, the magazines were pretty stiff. I think that's just because it's a new gun, so I wouldn't worry about that at all. The sights, I really like the sights. Those kind of the True Glow fiber optic with the night sight insert. That's awesome. I think for this distance, it's the perfect size front bead. Really like that. But again, I just can't give this gun the best marks because I didn't like it because I couldn't shoot it that good because it shot low. So if anybody else has got a P365 in the area, you want to let me try it, I would love to and see if it's just this one. But for now, I'm not a huge fan of the P365. So hey y'all, hope you liked that video. If you have a P365, I'm positive that you didn't like the video. Probably the same people that gave that last video a thumbs down when I talked about your trigger. But in any case, remember, this is all just my opinion, and take it for what it's worth. Definitely go out and shoot the guns yourself. If you're thinking about buying one, go get your hands on one, shoot it, rent one, shoot somebody's that's already got one. Just shoot it to see if you like it. I mean, that's the best thing to do because everybody has a different idea of what's perfect to them. I'm not a fan of it, but you might love it. In any case, if you did like this video, hit like. Let me know in the comment section what other firearms you might want to see in the future, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, y'all be safe.